Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Fola, and in today's episode, I'm going to be talking with you about being a psychiatric nurse while working with police, and especially as a person of color. So it's so great to have you guys here. If you're new to my channel, thank you for joining in. To those of you coming back, welcome once more. I am hoping to share a bit with you about what it was like working with police as a psychiatric nurse and coming from a little varied perspective of life. As a woman of color, I see and hear a lot of conversations around police and police brutality and all that. And I feel like my experience working next to police in these collaborative partnerships has really helped me to, have an open mind about how police operate, how to communicate with police, and that stuff is really important. It could probably be a whole other video. But as a psychiatric nurse here in Edmonton and across Canada, there are a couple different options for nurses to work with police. And so I've been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to work with police within the police and crisis team. This is a collaboration between the municipal and the rural or federal police services. Here in Edmonton, we have Edmonton Police Service, and outside we have RCMP, or Royal Canadian Mounted Police. I think I said that correctly. So a few years back, I was working with RCMP in the rural areas around Edmonton, and we covered quite a large geographical area. I think it was 13 catchment areas. So you can imagine one team, here I am with my police partner. They thankfully were chauffeuring me around. Oh, no. But they would drive us and receive referrals from police, and we would go and see clients. And that is a huge benefit, especially in the rural areas, because it's known that police encounter a lot of mental health clients, a lot of calls related to mental health, to addictions, and oftentimes what was happening was people were being taken to hospital when they didn't really need to be. But police didn't have any other choice because they want to make sure this person's safe. And so we would have a lot of apprehensions of clients to hospitals where then they would be seen by a doctor and booted out the door. But with the police and crisis teams, it looks as though, from what I understand with our stats, is the amount of people that actually are going into hospital are the ones that really truly require a hospitalization, or at least to be seen more immediately for supports. Whereas now what can happen that maybe wasn't occurring so much before, people who were coming into contact with police, they would just be left in their homes or maybe not even involved with any mental health services. Now police can actually contact the healthcare system and mental health providers to be like, hey, is there anything I need to know about this person? What should I be doing here? Is there any way that this team can help support and connect this client to a therapist or a psychiatrist, for instance? So I really enjoyed this job. It was exciting. I got to wear a vest, didn't care about carrying a radio. And I don't like guns, I'll be honest. So sitting next to a gun was just kind of eerie for me. But it was nice to be able to go around and work in this collaboration with police, sharing information back and forth, learning about the police world and kind of how their brains work. Because what I learned is we are very different types of people, but when it comes down to it, we're all there to try and help and support the community. And as a psych nurse, we are taught a variety of different things, and we're taught about effective communication and how to listen and empathize with clients. And I felt like working next to police gave me the opportunity to share some of those skills and work with them to how to best approach clients that maybe, are struggling. They're going through a crisis. Maybe they're having some behavioral issues come up because of a major stressor in their life. It was really great to be able to impart that knowledge to the people that I worked with closely, or the members that we met in the community that were maybe referring clients to us. And I've experienced so many different things working in the community with police, and not even with police, people, pulling machetes on you and all the fun stuff that psychiatric nurses might experience. But overall, I felt like it was a really safe time in my life. I felt like the police really always had my back. and that I could trust who my partner was, that they had the experience and the knowing, like intuitively even, when to know if something was going to happen or not happen. And I am very grateful for that. And just the fact that we got to collaborate, not just with police, but with other rural settings and community providers to ensure that clients had like some of the best care. Because so many people get left behind, and I don't even know how many clients I would go out and see, like middle of nowhere on an acreage, that were just completely unwell. And it made you wonder, like, how long has this person been here and no one said anything? But overall, I feel like we did really great work and it was a great opportunity. And I know a lot of nursing students, people starting in the profession of nursing, tend to be drawn to the police and crisis team. You know, I think overall it's great, but there are stressors that you have to be aware of. I mean, here you are sometimes entering into some pretty dangerous situations. You really have to be good at being able to review files, understand what's going on for clients based on their history, combining their health history or information with maybe any other police involvement that they've had, and being able to then relay that information in a way that is usable and appropriate to other care providers or police. Because there's so many times that, you know, here we were, this is a little geographic map, all the way up in like the northeast corner, having to go all the way down to the southwest corner to see clients. And a 2-hour drive or whatever, that might not be manageable in -40 in a snow blizzard warning storm, whatever, a snowstorm. So we had to really be able to work quickly and efficiently and be able to mitigate, okay, what are the important risks here? What other options are there for someone? Maybe it's a phone call. Maybe we have to get the regular patrol to just take that person to hospital. There's so much. And I just, again, want to encourage you to read up on this area of working. If you are interested in stepping into this, definitely honing your skills on your ability to complete mental health assessments, understanding risk and what insight and judgment someone might have that might put them at more risk, especially if they're in a psychotic state and really unwell. But overall, you know, more practice with crisis intervention and being able to really analyze what's going on for someone and make quick decisions. And trusting your intuition is also a part of the nursing world, I would say. So I would love to hear what your thoughts are on psychiatric nurses working with police. Is this something that you think you could do? And I know for me, after a couple years of that, I had to kind of step back from the full-time world and say, okay, I think my views might be a little bit different than police. Well, it's like plant medicine, plant journey stuff. It really sparks my interest, and that's okay. I feel like in the future there will be some way that these worlds can again intersect, and I commend those who are doing this work still and able to keep up with that quick pace. So I appreciate you watching this video. Feel free to share and hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And also feel free to hit the subscribe button if you'd like to watch more videos on topics such as psychiatry, mental health nursing, and spirituality. And I will talk with you guys later. You have a lovely day.